Hi everyone. My name is Heather Courage. A few of you probably already know me, mostly because I'm incredibly outspoken and I'm all over the place. But hi, I am a 3D character artist. I am the Firestorm founder. I am a ZBrush live streamer, and I am a Woman in Games ambassador, which is a lot. And I always forget which ones to say first and last because they're all kind of important to me. I've achieved all of those honestly in the past year. So I'm going to try and tell you about how I did a speed run on my career, how I managed to get myself to this point as quickly as I could, and how you can potentially like foster your own career and develop your own career. I was not a 3D artist. I was not a game dev for most of my life. I was a chef for most of my life. I was a chef, and then I was a project manager for a while. And then there was this thing, you might have heard about it. It was called the pandemic. And the pandemic really put a halt to my entire career path. And during that time, I ended up working as an electrician during the day because I've got bills to pay. And then in the evenings, I was a QA tester for a startup studio. I was doing QA work, testing games. I knew nothing. I knew absolutely nothing at all. I was very new to it. That was the first time that I ever touched things like Discord. I was not a computer person. I was a gamer, but I wasn't really technically minded. It wasn't something that I was that involved in or that into. You give me hope. I give you hope. That's so nice. Good. My job here is done. End of talk. I've done my thing. So from there, I kind of, it's not so much that I fell in love with game dev as I fell in love with the team of people that I was working with. I've never come across a nicer, kinder, more supportive environment to work in. It was so wonderful. And the people that I worked with were so great that I never wanted to leave. And so I decided I was going to learn coding. Turns out coding is basically dark magic, and I have no idea what I'm doing with it, and I never want to touch it again. So that fell apart. But I then discovered the joy of 3D art, and I was really lucky that the 3D team at the studio took me under their wing and showed me what a Maya was. And I learned how to make a really wobbly chair in Maya as my first ever project. From there, I totally fell in love with it. Completely and utterly fell in love with it. I created a learning course for myself to follow so that I could try and brush up my skills. And then I quickly realized that I was probably not going to achieve very much on my own. So I went into CG Spectrum, which is one of the schools, and I did 2 years worth of studies at CG Spectrum under the tutelage of Anna Begenskaya, who is from Riot Games and Blizzard. And from there, I did everything else. It's very jumbled how I managed to achieve things. But basically, while I was still at the school, I ended up being a TA. While I was still at the school, I had networked enough that I managed to get my first job. From my first job, I got my first credits within a film industry. From there, I managed to get into games and started working with games. And from there, I kind of built the momentum to be able to start developing what has become my wider career base. But let's have a look at that. So if you pay attention to these slides, and you should all be really impressed that I made slides for this. I normally don't make slides for my talks, so hopefully they're going to work today. It worked. Right, the reality check. The reality check kicks in when you're still a student, especially at the moment. Guys, the industry is not doing superbly at the moment. I don't know if you've noticed that. Just today, I've seen that EA Games has been purchased and that they're looking at doing a huge amount of layoffs over there. You've got a lot of your AAA studios, Blizzard, Riot Games, all the rest of them, chucking out their staff on a regular basis. It's now become almost the norm that you don't so much work for a company, you work a contract for a company, and there will be an end period. You will end up losing that job, and you will end up having to look for another job. There is no working for 20 years at the same studio anymore. It's disheartening. It's not disheartening, and I'm going to show you why it's not disheartening, because there's ways around these things there, and I'm going to try and help you find those ways around it. The other side of it, I mean, I've wrote there, you know, layoffs on the instability in AAA studios, but it's not just the AAA studios. Because you've got this influx of people from AAA studios, those people are now absorbing all the other jobs that are there, which makes it even harder as a newcomer to the industry for you to be able to find your footing and get yourself involved in things. But the path to success is not only through studio jobs. There are so many other ways that you could be building your career, forging yourself, and making sure that you are actually capable of paying your bills, because that's the most important things. And secondly, you're enjoying and flourishing in your career base. So here's some of the things that I've done that you should try as well. Those survival skills that I really think that are absolutely crucial at this point is adaptability, networking, and self-advocacy. We're going to go into all of those in detail now. So let's get started. First and foremost, if you're still a student, if you're still a rookie, you're still learning, you're still gauging what you're going to be doing, I cannot stress this enough. Start setting yourself goals. Not just setting yourself a goal, setting goals with intent. So you can set yourself the goal of, I am going to work for Blizzard. It's a bit of a broad spectrum goal. I don't recommend that as a goal. I don't know if you have ever heard of SMART goals. SMART is the acronym that we use for these things. It's something that they teach you in management and operational things. So SMART: specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, time-bound. That is how you set your goals. So you think of something specific. Let's say I want to work for Blizzard. I want to work for Blizzard. Measurable. You need to work out how you're going to do that. How do you measure that you're now there? So is it a contract that you get with Blizzard? Is it a contract you get to an outsourcing company with Blizzard? Both of those are good things. Both of those are very good. Achievable. Look at your skill set. Are you going to walk out of school and work for Blizzard? Probably not. Probably need to go back to that goal and reassess it. Relevant, is it something that's going to be within your scope? Is it within your career path? Is it something that's going to benefit you in the long time? And then, of course, time bound. It's okay for you to say, I want to work at Blizzard, but then make sure that when you put down what sort of time frame you're looking at, I want to work for Blizzard within 5 to 10 years. That's a time frame. Saying I want to work for Blizzard the day I step outside of my classroom, it's not really achievable. So be aware of those things. When you're setting your goals, go through that list by yourself. Just sit there being like, right, I want to do this. I want to do it within this much time. This is how I'm going to know that I've achieved it. And here's how it's going to benefit me in the long run. Having that sort of thing in mind will help you develop SMART goals. So for me, when I first joined CG Spectrum, I found out they had something called the TA program. And the TA program is basically, they allowed students to become teachers' assistants. And I immediately wanted it. I wanted it. It was going to be mine. And once I put my mind to something, it's going to happen. So I wanted it. And the reason I wanted it is twofold. One, I love giving back to the community. Two, it looks really nice on your CV. I mean, it does. It looks great. So setting myself that goal and knowing that it was something that I was going to achieve within my time at CG Spectrum guided me in how I was going to present myself, how hard I was going to work, how I was going to present my work, and so forth. And I achieved it, which was great. And it does look nice on my CV. I'm very pleased. Also, thanks to Nikita for that. So set yourself some goals. What right now, like go through where you want to be in the next year, 2 years, 3 years. It doesn't have to be big things. It can be little things. Funnily enough, one of my goals was doing talks with the rookies. I set myself a goal, and now here I am. And I'm very pleased to be here, so thank you very much. So one of those survival points is networking community. Community side of things, you guys already have this incredible community. The Rookies is one of the biggest, one of the best communities within 3D, game dev, film, and all the rest of it. If you're in a creative industry, the Rookies is kind of where it's at. We all know that. It's especially, again, thank you so much to Nikita, who's our lovely community manager here, and has managed to foster and create this incredible community of people that are all helpful, caring, kind, and considerate. But there are other ones out there, and you should be looking at other options as well. Have a look at things like the Work with Indies groups. It's also a really nice community. It's very open, and they often have lots of different jobs that are outside of your AAA industry roles that are sometimes thrown in your face that you're less likely to get. Remember that where you are today is going to define where you are tomorrow as well. So your peers today are going to become your collaborators, recruiters, or employers for tomorrow. What I mean by that is my first job that I ever got within the industry was working on a project that someone else that I was friends with was working on already. They recommended me for that role. That's how I got my first foot in the door, and that's how I've managed to progress. I can tell you, in terms of community and networking, I would say 99% of all income that I have generated as an artist has been through recommendations or people that knew that I already existed. applying to jobs, more often than not, you don't even get a rejection letter these days. You get nothing. So don't feel alone. You're not alone in that one. But yeah, the majority of the contracts you're going to pick up is strictly from the network that you've generated, the network that you've fostered and created. So start now. There's no better time to start than yesterday. But if we can't start yesterday, we'll start today. So you've got this amazing network that you got here. Talk to people, make friends with people. One of the things that I did when I was at CG Spectrum is that I made sure that I made friends with my mentor. Anna is still one of my best friends. I absolutely adore her. We talk on a daily basis. She's amazing. And I know that my career wouldn't have progressed as much if I hadn't fostered that relationship. So make sure that when you are talking to people, you're leaving a positive frame. You're leaving in a good way. Don't burn bridges. Your mom told you this, your dad told you this, your aunties told you this, your teachers have told you this, and now I'm telling you this. Don't burn bridges. It's a small industry. People will know if you burn bridges. So be careful about that. Oops. Yay. Putting yourself forward. So being your own advocate. There is no one out there that is going to advocate for you apart from yourself. If you advocate for yourself, more people are likely to build up a chorus of advocacy for you as well. Don't wait for someone to, sorry, I'm so sorry, my cat's just squeaking in the background. Sorry about that. Don't wait for someone to discover you. You need to be visible and vocal. That's why I'm here. That's why I'm doing these talks. It's so that you're going to remember me. And you know what? I fully believe that someone in this audience, one of these rookies in the audience, will probably be my boss one day. So I'm here. Remember my name. That's what I'm doing. And I would like to see more people doing the same thing moving forward. Make sure that you are talking to people. Make sure that you are being memorable. Make sure that you are speaking up for yourself. It's very easy as an artist, and it's something that I fall short on a regular basis, where we put ourselves down. We do. It's a real shame, but we do. We always we'll say to someone, oh yeah, I'm an artist, but I'm not that good. Don't tell them that. Tell them that you're the best. Be brave. Lie about it if you have to. Tell them you're the best. It's good. As long as you in your heart know where you really stand with that, that's fine. But never tell someone that, oh, I just don't, I'm not that good. They're not going to hire you if you behave in that manner. If you go up to someone and say, hi, I'm Heather Courage. I am a Women in Games ambassador. I am also a live streamer for ZBrush. I have achieved a ranking in the rookies, and I was a draft member for the rookies. Telling people that, really great. Coming in and going, I was in the rookies, but I didn't make it to the finals. It's just, it wasn't that good. Yeah. It doesn't help you. You're not helping yourself. Make sure you're speaking positively about yourself. And you'll find that the more you speak positively about yourself, the more you'll believe in yourself. And the more you believe in yourself, the more likely you are to actually do the things. So try to remember, self-advocacy is very, oh, I got a thumbs up. Thumbs up. That's nice. And not having responses is sad face. It is, but you got to understand it from their side as well. When you look at a job that's gone up, you are one of 1,000 people applying these days. There's one poor recruiter, one dude, and I promise you, they don't love sending out negative responses. I've been on the hiring side of things, and I've had to do the negative responses. It sucks. It's soul destroying for them as well. Be nice to your recruiters. They're also having a bit of a bad time. So try not to. There seems to be a divide at the moment. Like if you go into LinkedIn, you'll see this, recruiters are ghosting me, and then recruiters are yelling about how candidates are ghosting them. And just be friends, guys. We're all having a tough time. The world's having a tough time. Just be nice to each other. It's easier. I'm busy listening to you. I've got your act. Oh. Adaptability. I am the master of adaptability. I am a chameleon. Like I've said, I went from being a chef to being a project manager, from being a project manager to being an electrician. I wired a house. People trusted me to wire their house. It was wild. I have done QA testing. I have done teaching roles. I have done everything. Being able to pivot and adapt very quickly is the name of the game. And especially when you're currently in an industry where it's fluctuating as quickly and as much as it is, it's big changes that are happening. If you set your goal and say, I want to work for Blizzard and that's it. I don't want anything else. It's Blizzard or nothing. You're going to have a bad time and you're going to make yourself sad. Being able to pivot and go, right, My goal of working in a AAA studio, probably not so attainable right now. My original goal was to work for Riot Games. It's probably not going to happen right now. So instead, what I've done is I started targeting outsourcing. I started targeting how I can build my skill set towards those things. So you kind of have to be able to pivot and change accordingly. Understand that while your dream may be put on hold, you're allowed to keep it as a backup. It can still be in the background. In the background, I still want to work for Riot Games. I still want to be a part of their teams. They're amazing. Of course I want to do that. Is it going to happen today? Nope. So what I'm going to focus on instead is I'm going to make sure that my portfolio is up to scratch. I'm going to make sure that I'm networking as much as I can. I've still got bills to pay, so I'm going to pick up whatever commission work I can do. I'm going to find jobs teaching people. All of those different things are the things that you can do to make sure that you are sustaining yourself while everything is kind of fluctuating and doing its bit. Be open to the opportunities that are outside of your initial plan. Don't say no to things. You never know. You never know what you might get out of it. There's a slide that comes up a little bit later where I talk about return on investment. Be open to taking on opportunities that may not be exactly what you want in terms of your return on investment, but maybe they give you something else instead. So building your own ecosystem. An ecosystem is really important for anyone or anything to flourish. Make sure that you are building your own community. Make sure that if you do build your own community, you're ready to nurture it. I think Nikita knows better than anyone and will vouch for me on this one. Maintaining a community, if you build it yourself, is incredibly difficult. It's an all-time job. It takes all day, every day. You've got to be on the ball with it. But joining someone else's community and then engaging in that takes very little. And your return on investment is huge. So do that. Don't just sit there quietly in a community. Don't just sit quietly inside one of the networks or the servers or whatever. Talk to people, engage with people, be involved with people. If you go and watch someone on Twitch, chat to them. Chat to them. They'll remember you and they'll probably be quite grateful. I stream on Twitch on a regular basis. I love it when people talk to me. Breaks the ice and it stops me feeling nervous. There's nothing more nerve-wracking than talking to myself on a computer, like right now. But if I'm talking to someone and they're engaging with me and chatting with me, it's wonderful. I love it. It's great. And that's how you should be doing things as well. Go in and engage with as many people as possible. Applying for roles in the community. I applied for the role of the Women in Games Ambassador. I highly recommend that you have a look into it. Go and join. They've got a really good Discord server as well. Really nice community of people that are open and available to listening to you. They also have mentorship programs. It's a really useful community to be involved in. And maybe you want to be an ambassador as well. Maybe you also want to be talking to people. Maybe you also want to be a safe space for people to come to. Apply. The worst they can say is no. And then what? You just apply a year later anyway. Don't be scared of people saying no to you. No is nothing. No just means not right now. Everything is an opportunity. You just got to wait for your turn. Give back to the community you care about. It's obvious. it's the most obvious thing. If you are passionate about art, so sorry, my cat is trying to steal the show. If you're passionate about art or film or games or game development or any of those things, find the community you love and give back to them. See if you can be involved with it at a higher level. See if you can maybe, do you want to do some talks? Come and share your insight. Come and be involved with it. See if there's any outreach community projects within your neighborhoods. There's loads of things out there and available. And the worst that's going to come from it, there is no worst. There's absolutely no worst to it. There's only positives that can come back from being a good person. There's only positives that come back from helping other people. You never get anything negative from it. Maybe every now and again you get weird comments on YouTube, but honestly, who cares? Join credible indie projects. So this is where I wanted to have a slight moment of return on investments. Be careful about which indie projects you're going to be joining. If you are joining an indie project that has no hope of ever seeing the light of day, your return on investment is then not going to be financial. So you have to think about what your return is going to be. Is it financial? Are you learning from them? Is it networking? What are you getting out of it? It's nice to say like, oh, I want to give back to the community and because I'm a nice altruistic person. But there's always a return on investment. For me, I've come in to talk today. My return on investment is that it's helping me develop the skills of talking to larger audiences. That's what I'm gaining from it. And I'm very pleased about it. It's really nice. And I get to say that I spoke at the rookies, which is really cool. So you got to think about it like that. If you're not getting money back from it, remember your time is your money. So what are you getting? Are you developing a better networking situation? Bring the cat on stage. Please don't. She'll love it too much. It's not safe. Uh, are you going to be learning from it? If you are a new person, if you are young, you haven't worked in teams, you might not learn artistically from it, but maybe you're going to learn how to work in a team. Maybe you're going to learn leadership techniques. Maybe you're going to learn some of those soft skills that you don't already have. Those are the things that you want to do. On the flip side, if you find that you have those soft skills, if you aren't learning from the team, if you aren't gaining money from them, and I know I sound like a real bastard saying this out loud, if you're not gaining anything from it, say no and go do something else. There's better things to do with your time. Go work on your portfolio. Go look for a different team to be a part of. You are allowed to say no. Your time is important. You are valuable. Every single person in this audience is valuable. Your art is valuable, your skills are valuable, and your time is valuable. Don't be handing it out for free. You don't need one big studio to validate you. Build your own platform. I have built my own platform. I realized that since all the studios were being a bit weird and everything's a little bit upside down, instead of chasing a dream of working for a studio, I was just going to build my own damn studio. And that's what I did. I started off by streaming. I didn't want to be alone with streaming, so I dragged some friends in with me. So then suddenly there were a few of us. We opened up a Discord server. People came to our Discord server and started hanging out with us and chatting with us. Like, oh, okay, this is happening. I got invited to speak at the rookies. I got invited to speak at CG Spectrum. Okay, so now we actually have to start doing things. I suddenly started getting contracts through for all the different people within my team. Wonderful, great. Now we've got a website for our studio. Now we're doing tutoring from our studio. Now you can build your own thing. It takes time, it takes energy, it takes effort, and I can guarantee that I've cried a lot of times while I've been doing this. But it's been worth it, and it's been amazing. If you want something to, if you want to do it right, you got to do it yourself, or you got to work with people that you trust and that you've vetted. That's what I've done. I have the most amazing team of people that I work with. They're all people that I've worked with in the past through various projects. Again, networking, guys. Various projects that I've worked on, I've brought them in with me. I absolutely love my team. I know I can rely on them 100% for absolutely anything, and they just do a really good job. There's no one on my team that I wouldn't recommend for another position. That's how you do it. On that note, surround yourself with the people that you're going to trust, especially while you're in a school or a community environment. Surround yourself with the good eggs. Don't surround yourself with the edgy, cool people. Surround yourself with the good people. The people that work hard, the people that finish the task that they said they're going to do. Those are the ones that you want to have around you, and those are the ones that you want to have in your life. You are the people you surround yourself with. Just keep that in mind. All right, nearly done, I swear. So now what? What we've learned from this is set your layered goals, make sure that you got stepping stones that you can build over time, invest in your network, your classmates, Discord, online communities, create your own opportunities. Your opportunities aren't just going to fall out of thin air. Opportunities are created. You have to make those opportunities. The reason that I am a streamer for Max on ZBrush, which is amazing, is because I annoyed them until they said yes. I went after it. I wanted it. I wanted it for a long time. And I knew I was going to get it. So I went after it and I targeted it and I targeted it and I targeted it. And eventually I just straight up sent them a message and said, I want this. And they went, oh yeah, we've seen you. Yeah, we'd love to have you. Great. Make your own opportunities. You'll be amazed how often when you reach out and say, I want something, people will help you with that thing. I know, especially when you're talking to an artist or a creator that you are enamored with or you think is amazing, you get starstruck and you go like, oh my God. I spoke to Rodolfo Silva the other day. I'm still reeling from it because he's my hero. He's amazing. His work is incredible. I wish I was Rodolfo Silva. And I chatted to him the other day, and he's the nicest guy I've ever met. He's just really nice. Don't be scared to reach out to those people that you're potentially scared of. They're nice. They're just people as well. And you know what? You go a long way if you reach out to someone and say, hey, I really like your work. Because as artists, as creators and all the rest, we all kind of want to hear that. We all kind of want that validation from someone. So don't be shy about it. Be visible, post your work, stream, share knowledge. If you're not the loudest voice in the room, you're not going to go anywhere. I personally, my art is good. It's not the best, but it gets noticed because I make sure people notice it. You could be the best artist in the world, but if you do not post your work, if you do not share it, if you do not talk to people, if you do not network, no one's going to know. And then what? What are you going to do with that? Stay adaptable. The industry will shift. So must you. And on that note, remember that the industry, while it's in a little bit of a flailing stage right now, it's done this before. It'll stabilize. We probably aren't going to have the same boom that we had during the pandemic where everyone could work from home and everything was great and everyone got loads of money for doing whatever the hell they were doing. Probably not going to happen again, but it's coming. Hold on. It is coming. If you watch in the news, if you pay attention to what's happening within media at the moment, the AI bubble is already predicted to burst. So don't be too scared of these things. Things will change. It'll be fine. Nothing stays the same for too long. So overall, forge your own door. When the industry stabilizes, you'll be the one they think of first. And that's it, guys. Happy days. I've given you like 4,000 words per second. If you want to reach out and speak to me after this, please do. There's a little scanny thing. Go and meet all the people from my wonderful studio. We are Firestorm Studio. We are on Twitch. We're on YouTube. We're on all over the place. And yeah, we're friendly people. So by all means, come and hang out. If you want to build on your own network, you want to build your community, come and spend time with us. I guarantee, like I said, I vetted everyone on my team. I guarantee they're nice people. So come and say hi.